All right, here's the last look at that 4th gen bumper. Custom built to fit this 2nd gen. I'll show you what they did. Took the mounts off the original and then welded in the 2nd gen mounts where they needed to be. It didn't look terrible. I'll give them that. Just not for me. I like the old school badass beast look. Boom. Transformed. Love it. And then I can set batteries here and work off this tool bag, all that kind of stuff. That's why I love these freaking huge bumpers on these things. And they're pretty high up. Most of them sit high up. So I can sit right on this, put my feet in there, and pretty much work off this as a platform. And I did swap the battery. Here's the crappy one. So the frustrations from the no start are gone. You hook up both these batteries. And I do like that this bumper had some nasty mounts on it and they're aligned perfectly. You see that, like, almost 1/2 inch steel. What else did I like? Oh, has the toe pieces installed already. And I don't know if these fog lights work, but I'm gonna see if they do, because they don't look that bad. They're at least all there. Not bad for 200 bucks. It's a $1,500 bumper. So I'm stoked. And then after looking at this door more, it's all screwed up everywhere. So I'm gonna look for all new doors. They're all toast. Look, you can see the ground from this one. But here we go on a decent battery. Don't want her running through the barn. Put in Nucci. Tuner plug back in. I think it starts better with the tuner plugged in. I gotta do an oil pressure gauge. I want to add a bunch of gauges. Put the EGTs inside so they're not off an app. Switch a few things around for sure. But oh, and then the 3rd gen seat. Shut it down. The 3rd gen seat, I started the swap. I think it's twisted because I got all the front 4 bolts to line up, but I had to ratchet strap this last one. And I think when I did that, it twisted the frame a little bit of this seat. So it doesn't want to go back, but it has all the other movements. So I'm trying to figure out how to fix that. I might try to ratchet strap the back. Haven't quite figured it out yet, but it did push the seat back more. So there's definitely more leg room. But now that it's all the way up, it's way too much. So I got to figure that out. I might unbolt it, put the seat all the way back, and then pretty much not mess with it after that. Just get it to where I'm comfortable in the truck, set it and forget it. All the other things work, so technically I could work off those for a little bit of adjustment, like tilt back, the raise, the lower, bringing it forward, back. It's just the frontwards and backwards. It will go forward, but it doesn't want to go backwards. But that's one thing I got to figure out. And then I think I'm just going to self-tap the back bolts and add like a rigid piece of steel underneath to add some support. And I don't really care about the color difference, but it is a lot cleaner. And this has got memories of my old truck, so it's nice to carry that on with the new truck, so blue won't be forgotten. So that's the seat out of blue. 3rd gen into the 2nd gen, and then I'm going to try to do the seat belts on this door. I haven't got that far, but I'm hoping through here and maybe here, and then put the seat belt extras in there maybe, and then I'll have to cut the door panel to match. Haven't got that far yet. I'm going to get this seat in 100%, and then the control arms are next, or before that really, to be able to drive it. I gotta figure out that, which I just showed you the issue now. The bushings are different size than the bolts. You can see right here, they were kind of loose anyway. That's not quite a perfect circle. So what I might do is drill it out for bigger bolts, even though I did buy new bolts for these bushings, which I guess I could bring them back, which might not be a bad idea, but I kind of need the front two because those are an actual Pacific style to adjust the camber, I think, or sliding it forward and back, I guess they'd probably be. But I haven't quite got there yet. Eventually, that's the next plan, whether I decide to drill it out and run a bigger bolt so that those bushings are tight. I might just do it that way. That way I know they'd be 100% tight. Just get a bolt this size or the size of these, but I'd really rather it be the size of this, and then it would go all the way through, rather than these. They're just gonna grip that tiny little bit on each side, and I'm sure it's gonna wear a lot faster than that big solid chunk of steel. But that's where I'm at. I wanted to get the bumper on. That was the most important thing, and I freaking love it. I knew I was gonna, but man, that was well worth 200 bucks. He was asking 250. I talked him down to 2, and I was on my way this morning because that was just a deal I could not pass up. I'm gonna pull these terminals off so I don't forget. Kid said this had a draw, so I'm not trying to kill the battery that I just put in it. This one, on the other hand, is probably pretty crappy as it is, but it starts it, and that's all it needs to do for the moment. Eventually, I'll get all new batteries and go over everything: oil change, fluid change, intake filters, fuel filters. But first, I'm going to get it running, driving, and make sure that everything feels good. The steering, the brakes, everything. The frame's not twisted. I don't think it is. This bumper all lined up. Nothing back there was messed up. Everything's straight back there where it goes to the frame. And literally, it's perfect on this thing. So I'd imagine that's factory. Like, there's no gap. So that's cool. Whoever put this on did it right and made the mounts literally perfect. I slid it right on with the tractor and bolted it up. But there's the last look. Transformed the truck pretty good.